Hi, I'm Sean Combs, a passionate angler just like you. I'm also the Director of Product Design and Development for the Orvis Company, and I am thrilled to talk about the 4th generation Helios rods today. With Helios 3, we had a super accurate rod. We knew it, you know it, you fished it. Accuracy is so important on the water when you're trying to hit the target, whether it's sipping trout, whether it's a fleeing tarpon shot or a tailing redfish. Accuracy makes the difference in a day. And with Helios, the 4th generation, we wanted to take that accuracy and turn the knob way up. We were able to do this by developing special equipment in the laboratory that basically measures tracking. We're not asking casters, is it more accurate? We're measuring whether it's more accurate. It measures recovery. 2 fundamental components of a rod's performance that is going to completely change the game and how accurate a fly rod is. So the next thing I'm really excited to talk about here is, we have an accurate rod, and accuracy gets the job done in feeding the fish. But after that, it's all about taking that fish and landing it. Having a rod that's super durable is going to change the game. This rod's 20% more durable than Helios 3. And what that really means is having that lifting power in a tarpon situation, having that kind of tippet protection that you need whenever you're protecting 6X on a dry fly sipping trout, and bring it to the net as fast and comfortably as possible. So how do we achieve an increase in durability? We took everything about the Helios 3 and redesigned it, starting with our construction techniques to achieve higher hoop strength. Higher hoop strength is really the rod's ability to stay circular and give you that fighting power and not bend and ovalize and then go through the rod and find those stress concentrations that lead to that snap that you don't want. Whenever you think about this rod's ability to bend without failure, whether that's boat side on a sounding fish or whether that's in a trout stream somewhere way up in the blue lines, that rod's ability to stay connected is super important, and durability matters. So with the 4th generation Helios rods, quality was super important. It was a non-stop for us. We basically went through from the butt section to the tip section and evaluated every opportunity from the pewter anodized or the black anodized Type 3 aluminum reel seats to the burled hardwood insert on all the freshwater models, the Portuguese grade grip, all the way through the silicon carbide titanium frame stripping guides and the REC recoil snake guides here. Everything about this was really driven by and selected by quality. It doesn't stop there. Our men and women in the rod shop, their attention to detail, from the way that they wind guides on, the amount of coating, the paint finish, all of that is super important from a quality standpoint. It goes beyond that though. We have been able to achieve part interchangeability. So each section of the rod is interchangeable with any other rod. What this means is that we're making rods to blueprint spec. Ferrule engagements from section to section are very precise, down to a 1,000th inch of tolerance. And that means a lot for you. If the car door, the ceiling fan, the tree branch, that super big fish that was really stuck on a log hook, you break your rod, we're going to have you back on the water as fast as 5 days with interchangeable parts and best-in-class customer service. Quality matters. So quality is also translated as swing weight. What swing weight is really the levered weight. It's not the physical weight of the rod, but it's when you're casting all day into the wind. When you're set up on tight line techniques and you have an elevated rod position, it is really the levered weight and how much of that rod you're having to balance and how much stress you have into you, which basically would fatigue you and reduce your time on the water. From a quality standpoint, we were able to achieve not only having the most accurate rod to having the most durable rod that we've ever made, but also keeping that swing weight, which is so critical to the fishability of the rod, as low as possible. Swing weight shows up in more ways than one. When you're doing your first cast going into a reach cast, the ability to change that direction in the casting scenario, super important to have a light swing weight rod there. When you're set up on an indicator and you're doing on the water mins and stuff like that, having that quick, responsive, lightweight rod keeps you going and it gets you set up on those stack bends like never before. When you're sitting on front of a tarpon skiff and you're just sitting waiting for that string to come in, you know, holding up the rod, it sounds crazy, is fatiguing. And making that cast of a lifetime is super important, and being fresh makes a difference. So when it comes to the hardware that we put on this rod, we were obsessed with the details. Details matter. Starting with the reel seats, you're gonna find Type 3 anodized aluminum mil-spec finishes. You're gonna find wood inserts on freshwater rods. You're gonna find the separation between the colors of the blanks. The F series gets a really nice, deep, matte olive. The D series, we're kind of turning it up a little bit, matte black. As you go through, you're gonna get color differentiation throughout the blank, signified by the olive F and the blue D. You're also going to see that the hardware is really a game changer. We've got titanium frame stripping guides with silicon carbide inserts for slick casting. We have REC crushable recoil guides so that you have no problems cleaning ice off, and very compliant through casting and doesn't really clear at that dead spot. Coming through this, you've got fluoro grade cork. And cork configurations that are really suited to the specific fishing application. In our big game models, we've got something that's really cool here. We call it the gas pedal. It's really when you need to throttle down. It's a firm, very reactive and sensitive cork section. It's composite cork under the thumbprint. This really allows you to lean into the cast and to feel where the line's going. Super responsive. Going back into the fighting butts, you're going to see on 7 weights and lighter lines, you're going to have this nice little short stubby fighting butt that is there when you need it. As you go into some of the bigger game models in the 908, the 909, and the 10 weight, you're going to keep just a little bit longer here to clear like a size 4 or size 5 reel and give you that fighting butt cushion. And then as you get into the big game rods, the 11, the 12, and the 14 weight, you're going to pick up this extended fighting butt with an extra layer, longer composite cork for reinforced durability. So the 4th generation Helios family is really set up into 2 subfamilies, the F or Finesse series and the D Distance series. These are super important because it's allowed us to design angling specific rods for finesse fishing, and then angling specific rods for really big game fishing when everything from wind and conditions and size of fish and size of fly come at you hard. Within that grouping of rods, we've also taken and we have subfamilies. We have small stream presentation rods. We have European nymphing rods. We have what we would really call finesse rods or distance rods that are suited for trout application, dry fly presentation, really rods that cover from being wade fishing to boat fishing, tailwaters to freestones. We also have rods that are quick loading, super responsive, the fastest of the fast, like snap and shoot kind of rods, from taking you through the 8-foot 5-inch series in the 7, the 8, and the 10 weight. We don't stop there. We have really what we call our big game series, which starts around the 908 and takes you all the way to the 14 weight, covering bonefish to blue water.